Hello, my name is Joanna Charles and I'm a Suzuki violin teacher based in East London. I'm very happy to be leading Musette and Witches Dance as part of the London Suzuki Group Stellar Strings concert on the 24th of March 2024. So keep watching this video for tips on how to approach Musette, and there'll be another video with tips on how to approach Witches Dance. I would say for both pieces it would be a great idea if you warm up with tonalisation, which is the very beginning of book 2. If you haven't done that yet with your teacher, maybe it might be a good idea to do that with them, but really get in touch with your ringing notes, your points of resonance, so that you can really use them to help you in both pieces and moving forward. I'd like to start with Musette now. As a warm-up, before you do anything, warm your fingers up. So I call this exercise creepy crawlies, but I'm so sure you call them something else. But if you just get your best bow hold with a bent thumb, not a hard bend, a soft bend, and your pinky on top here. And if you just crawl up your bow like a spider would, a drain pipe or something, and when you get to the top, I'll speed up a little bit, you can go down. I suggest you do this exercise over your bed or your sofa or couch or whatever you call it, somewhere soft, not over a hard floor, so that if your bow does drop, then it doesn't shatter the bow and doesn't risk anything to the bow. So do that a couple of times up and down, just to get your fingers working together nicely and nice and loose. But now back onto Musette. Let's do another warm up. I would like to do Suzuki Variation C. I call that Stop Pony, Stop Pony, so whatever you have nicknamed that piece. And we're going to do that in D major, a little bit longer in the bow than you would have done when you first did it in book 1, when you was twinkling. So it's going to be a little bit longer. So if you get yourself nice and ready, get your best bow hold. Okay, I'm going to give you an introduction. Let's see if we can play this together. Okay, the reason why I chose D major is because Musette is in D major, and, excuse me, just getting over a cold, and also we need to be aware of the notes that we're going to be using in Musette. Right, so on the A string, we have a tone, semitone between. On the E string, we have a semitone tone. So on the A string, your second finger is best friends with your third finger. On the E string in this piece, your second finger is going to be best friends with your first finger, and there's going to be a gap to 3. So I'm going to point to these as well. Some of us use Barbara Barber's fingerboard geography finger patterns. And so on the A string, you'd need the red finger pattern, see? Tone, semitone. And on the E string, you want the blue finger pattern, which is semitone, tone. Okay, just so you know. So all of your 2s on your E string are going to be low 2s, close to your 1. It's very important to remember that through this whole thing. Okay, so now there's a couple of times this little motif, this little pattern happens. At the beginning, we're starting with an up bow. It's almost like we go up, skip down, and come back up again to that first note. Okay, so we want A, B, G, A, or A, 1, 3, A. So can you practice that 4 times? We're going to do it together. Ready? And. So there's another place where something similar, not the same notes, but something similar happens. And that is in bar... Oh, hold on 1 second. I've just got the music here. Here. Okay, I'll do it again. So it's on the second line, bar, just before bar 5, the very first notes at the second line. So we've got 3, 4, 2, 3, or A, B, G natural, 3. You really have to pull that second finger back. Do it again. Listen, see if you can see. So we're going to do that 4 times. Ready? And. 1, 2, 3, last one. 4. Okay, so there's another section where something happens. Here. This one's slightly different. It goes up at the end, okay, past the note that we started from. So it starts on E, 1, which is F sharp, D, low 2. I find for that one, if you leave your first finger down on the E string, it will help you get your intonation right for your second finger. So again. Right, so let's do that 4 times. Ready? Up bow and. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and there's another one. Let's see if I can find it. It might be hiding. Yeah. So, forgive me. We're going to go back near the beginning into bar 2. So that one starts on D on the A string, which is the 3rd finger. We're going to go up note, down below it, C sharp, and D. So 3, 4, high 2, C sharp, and back to D. So this is another one that goes back to the first note that you start, okay? Really make sure you're stretching enough to make sure that that 4 is in tune. Let's do it 4 times. Ready? And. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I find it really helpful to think of that pattern when it comes up, and they all start on the up bow as well. A thing about your bow direction, this piece starts with an up bow, and each of the major phrases starts with an up bow, but it's not the same kind of up bow as O Come Little Children and Happy Farmer. It's a different kind. It's not quite as sharp and fast. Yeah. It's more of a slower movement in your arm. Okay? So the next thing we're going to talk about is more or less bowing. So if you look at your bow, I'll stand back a bit so you can see. If you look at your bow, we're going to be using more for one note and then less for the next note. Same the other way when it happens, more, less, okay? So we're going to do this on a A string, put your 3rd finger down, so just 2 notes, 3 and A, D and A. So more or less, really watch your bow, and you want the less note to be right at the very end. Let's try that 4 times as well. Ready? And. Reset. Ready? And. Ready? Reset. Good. One more time, so you can see from here. Good. Now, with this more or less bowing, we also need to think about what our elbow's doing, and we're really leaning into the note and leaning out. Almost like you're on a swing, You're feeling yourself going into the string, okay? So, you're leaning into the string. And if you look, I come a little bit closer, you might be able to see, the gap between my stick and my hair will go in a little bit. So as I did the less, it released. Okay, so I hope you get the idea. Now let's do it with an up bow, because in this piece it happens both down bow and with an up bow, with the same notes. So here again, we're leaning in, we're leaning out for the little bit of the less bow. Ready? 4 times. Ready? And. Reset. Ready? And. That's 2. Reset. Ready? And. 3. Last one. Really feel that elbow coming in. Ready? And. Okay. So I hope you got that idea. Another thing about this piece is that there are certain places in this music where your 4th finger is marked, okay? Don't be lazy now. Make sure that where it's marked 4th fingers, and when you've discussed it with your teacher, make sure that you're doing your 4th finger on the A string rather than the open E string. You do need both, okay? And so there are times where we're listening for that, for the quality of the sound, all right? So there's a difference between and. You can hear the difference, right? So there will be times in this piece where you really do need to do a 4th finger, and it's for the musicality, for the phrasing, and you're good enough now to be able to do that. You're a very good player by now. Okay, so the next thing I'd like to talk about is this slur separate pattern that happens in this piece. So a good way to think about this is no matter what your left hand is doing, what your right hand is doing is variation C, stop pony. Slur, separate, okay? So, in bar 6, 7, we have this, in bar 6, 2, 7, we have this action, all right? So, the notes are 1A, 3A, 1A, 3A, or B, A, D, A, B, A, D, A. All right? So this is going to be nearish the lower half or the lower middle of the bow, because it's piano. We want a very small bow shape. Okay? So my turn and your turn. Let's see if we can do this differently today. Right? Down, little, up, little. Ready? Okay, now let's see if we can do it together 4 times. Ready? One more time. I think we need to add one more, don't we? Let's add another little bit to the next couple of repetitions. I'll do it first, then you do it. There's another little bit at the end of that. Ready? 2 more times for that one. Ready? And. One more time. Now, the last thing I want to add on to the end of that, we're going to do 2 more times for that, is we're going to add a 4-4. This is one of those places where you have to do a 4th finger. All right, let's try it together. We're going to do it 2 times. Ready? And. Oh, you heard my ringing note there. Okay, one more time together. Ready? And. Okay, now that's one place where we've got this slur separate idea. There's another phrase where it comes up. It's this long phrase right in the middle of the piece. I find, both teaching and learning it, that there are some words that I use to help me get the bow pattern in my mind. So, the bow pattern, and this is going from bar 8, halfway through bar 8. Up, little, down, little, slur, 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 separate, slur, 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 separate, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. I know. It sounds weird, but it works, okay? Let's go again. Let's see if we can say it together. Up, little, down, little, slur, 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 separate, slur, 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 separate, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Okay, that will help you because that's what your bow's doing. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. I really need to make sure that you've got this in your mind. Okay, up, little, down, little, slur, 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 separate, slur, 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 separate, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Okay. I would sing it, but I'm getting over a cold and it's not going to be nice. Okay, so I'm going to play that section now for you and you'll see where it fits in, okay? Oh, let's try that again, a little squeaky. Okay. Now, you've seen it in action. The first bit, we did that as part of that little motif that earlier on in the video. This part, the up bow slur, starts with a 4, 2, 3, 1. Tuck your 2, make sure it's low, make sure it's a G natural, not a G sharp. And then the next 2 notes, down, up, back to E. And here we can add a 4. 4, 3, 2, 1 down. Remember, on the E string, we're going to be doing low 2s or G naturals. Your 2 is going to be close to your first finger. On the A string, your 2 is going to be high. We need a C sharp there. So it's going to be close to your third finger. All right, so really remember, because we have both. So let's break that down again. Going from halfway through bar 8, up little, down little. 4th finger, make sure you're ready for that. Slow. And then E string. 4, 3. Set your 4th finger. Okay. So that one, it might be a good idea to watch this section of the video a few times because it can be quite tricky to get it all in one go. So you can break it down into little chunks, all right? So break the slur, slur, slur separate into a chunk, slur, slur, slur separate into a chunk, 4, 3, 2, 1 down, okay? The next little box I'd like to do is right at the very end. It's this section here. Which happens at the very end. All of this is going to be in the upper half of your bow, okay? So, and this is also piano, so it needs to be just about half of your bow length, so we get a really nice quiet sound. We're going to start with an up bow, then rock your bow for the 3rd finger, stop, rock your bow again, now what I would say, if I stand back, maybe you'll be able to see the rest of my arm. This part, your arm's going to be quite busy because you're at the tip of the bow, and at the tip of the bow, there's a lot of movement from your arm because you're at the tip of the bow, right? So, can't go back quite enough as you see my hand, but we'll try. So, the first of each 4 quavers is that. Those are the notes we're aiming for. On the A string, 2, 3, A. Okay? So, first one. Stop. Rock to 3rd finger on E. Stop. Rock to 1st finger on E. Okay. So we're going to do that Slowly 2 times and then a bit quicker 2 more times, all right? See, if you're having trouble getting these fingers to sound clear, you can maybe start. If you want to really make sure that you know where you're going with your fingers, all right? Just separate the notes out, but ultimately we want to have them in a smooth slur, all right? Stop, reset, E3. Stop, reset. Okay, so let's do it together one more time and then we'll take it a little bit faster. Go back a bit so hopefully you see my arm. Ready? And. One more time. Now 2 times a little bit faster. Your arm's going to be moving quite a lot in this, but just keep it moving. Ready? And. Try again. Ready? And. Okay, so we're going to play the whole thing together now, taking it slightly under tempo. Hopefully I've given you some little boxes to work on, and I'm hoping it makes more sense as you work through it, okay? So remember, we're starting the whole piece with an up bow, and there are 2 sections that repeat as well. So I'm going to play the whole thing. If you feel ready to join me, feel free. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Please let me know in the comments section below if you would like any more explanation. I'll see if I can answer you on that. All right, good luck. I'm sure you won't need it. Take it in little chunks and work steady. Thank you. Bye.